How's it going, guys? It is February 17th or 18th, something like that. I don't know. Trapping season's over with, goose season's over with. It's time to focus on other things. And right behind me, as you see, I have a new project basically going on. This pond is on a lease, a deer lease of ours that we've had for like 10 years now. Never really allowed to fish the pond. Never really cared too much about it. We're not big fishermen, but last year the landowner came to me and said, wanted to ask if I knew anything about it or if I could try fishing it. Basically, they stocked it a long time ago with, and I guess it was bass, bluegill, catfish, the standard minnows probably. And after that, it was great for like the next 5, 6, 7 years. Basically, what they use this pond for is to bring their grandchildren down at, catch their first fish, catch some bass, whatever. They want to be able to throw a worm out and catch a fish quick or a bluegill. And they never had a problem up until like 2 years ago. Then it got kind of tough. And then last year, or 2 years ago now, they didn't catch any fish. And then last year, they had me do it, and I fished it like 10 or 12 or 13 different times. I used everything from live bait, you name it, worms, minnows, frogs, like cut bait. I put catfish poles out overnight. I used little jigs for like bluegill and crappie. I used, like, you name it for bass. Spinner bait, crank baits, jerk baits, frogs along the edge. Just about anything I could think of. All different kinds of things. Took the boat, I went all around the lake. Never had a single bite. So I don't know exactly what happened. We are not that far from a big reservoir where I know there's otters. Otters could have came in here years ago and wiped them out. Cormorants and pelicans will use this. Mostly cormorants, but I have seen pelicans in here, so that could be pretty detrimental. Regardless, I'm sure there is still fish in the pond. I just don't think there's very many. I talked to them about it, see if I can kind of take it over and see what I can do all summer as like a project pond. So for right now, we're gonna act like there's nothing in it. So first things first, it's a 6-acre pond. It's way out over there. There's a little cove off of there, and then there's a pretty good sized cove right back in there. So it's a beautiful pond. It's really deep. I don't know exactly how deep it is. I've duck hunted it before. I don't like duck hunting this pond because it's super deep, but every once in a while the birds will load up on it. And I can maybe go out like 10, 15 feet at the most, and it's over my waders. There is a couple trees. Right there, and right there. And my understanding is that's about the line where it starts to get shallow, and then the back maybe 3/4 of an acre, half acre, somewhere back in that, way back up in there, is all like a pretty shallow mud flat. My plan is to make this a crappie pond. It's deep. So my plan is to get as many crappie. I want to try not to buy any fish. That's my goal, is to not buy fish for this pond. Maybe minnows and bluegill. Bluegill have a hard time getting around here in like other ponds and creeks because it's all green sunfish. I don't want to put those in here. So we might end up buying some bluegill and some minnows, but for bass and crappie, catfish, I have a bunch of other ponds around that are over stocked with bass, and I have quite a few ponds that have decent catfish in. So my goal is to put like between 100 and 200 bass, all different sizes, and then any bluegill, minnows. I got minnow traps and bluegill traps I bought, so I'll be putting those in. But for the first step is structure, I think. So I'm gonna fire up the chainsaw, see if I can cut all these cedar trees, and then make it so I can drive my truck back and forth here. Because if I can get my boat in here, number one, let me get out of this sun. So if I get my boat in here, I have the depth finder, so I can go all around the boat or all around the lake. I have a plotter on my thing that makes a map, one of those Garmin things that makes a map as you drive. So I can plot this whole thing, figure out how deep it is, and then for structure, I want to do. I want to make like probably 3 good brush piles you can cast from the bank right here, or maybe 2 good ones right here, and then probably another one right as it starts to go deep. It goes shallow up into that flat. All right, guys, how's it going? We are finally here doing what I've been trying to do for a while now, but we're making brush piles for crappie and I guess any other fish. So if you look around here, we're gonna cut this tree right here for sure, and then some of these ones over here maybe. Not exactly sure what size is going to be the best. Never done this before, but I'm going to probably get some like these medium-sized ones, and then probably get one bigger one that's going to be like as big as we can handle, and then maybe some smaller ones too. I'm not sure, but either way, I'm going to stop talking and cut these trees down. Oh, this one's so much easier to carry. All right, we got 5 different ones cut. This is the smallest one. Go for it. Ready to lift it up? Yep. 1, 2. All right, so I don't know if we're gonna be able to get it with the truck and how long it is, so we're gonna do something kind of stupid and try to hand push it off the little hill and then hook it back up to the truck. So we got the boat in the water, barely. 2 of the brush piles are on there. I think 2 are back here and then 1's in the other truck. My GPS is one of the Garmin's that makes a map for you as you drive around. So I think the first thing we're gonna do is just drive around the entirety of the whole pond, maybe a couple zigzags, try to figure out how deep it gets, how deep it is, any points or structure, anything there already is. And then after that, figure out what we're gonna do our brush piles. All right, well, it might be hard for you guys to see, but we got the first one up, tied off to the cinder block. We are in 7.5 feet of water. I'll probably just set the camera down and throw it over. I'm not sure if we're gonna get anything or not, but this thing's heavy and huge. So let's see how this goes, I guess. There she goes. That worked out pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it did.
1 done, 4 more to go. So the wind's killing us. We have both anchors, 2 anchors out. It's barely keeping us, but that is awesome. Cool. Well, next one we're gonna do, well, this one we'll probably run over. We'll probably want to run over and do it on the far end. All right, so we're at our second spot here, 7 feet of water. We got these 2 trees. I'm not sure if you can see it. Like a thing of trees there and a little thing of trees here. We're making like a perfect triangle where we want to put it. That's where we started. There's the truck, and then the other brush pile will be somewhere over there. So we're gonna throw this next pile like right here. I think it'll be good. Got him tying off the anchor. Got my anchor already tied off. Dual anchor, so we're not spinning. And then just tie her up and throw her in. How's it going, Buck? All right, we got the center block tied on. Keep throwing over yourself. Anchor. All right. Perfect. Look at that. Stand up just perfect. We're still in 7 feet of water. Whew. Beautiful out. Alright, we're at the last spot where we're going to do it. We got a little tree right here. We're going to sink this medium-sized one right next to it. I think it's like 6.5 feet of water. We tried to get deeper, but this wind is just such a pain to work with. So, alright, send her off. There she goes. Freaking out one. Oh, he's wet. Alrighty, guys. Well, that was a pain. We got 4 brush piles sank in 3 different spots. These 2 I'm going to kind of count as 1, so basically 3 different ones. I think we're going to end the video here. Thanks for watching. We got some other stuff we're going to be doing today, but you won't see it till next week. So yeah. Oh man, it's a nice day out, but man, it's been hard with this wind. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. See you next week.